You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Snakewood and that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spider Loke. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing to be back in the black box as we blow a succession. The constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues. Those are the 7 C's. As we navigate these 7 C's, I'm the captain of the ship. SPI Easty, a.k.a. VJ Keyway, Mr. 1597 himself, your very own host of our very own R&R hour where we roll up, relax, and randomly reacts to content in these YouTube streets. We got one coming from Massacre Media. Going over and get him a follow. Suge Knight versus Jimmy Henchman, the Untold Deadly War. This is a straight, raw, brand new content for me as it is for you. I haven't watched one moment. I'm going straight off the title. So with no further ado, let's see what Jimmy Henchman and Suge Knight have been up to.
I say Jimmy Henchman on the phone. He want to holler at you.
Lord have mercy, right out the gate.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah.
We got McLeroy. So you already know from recent content, we only got to give a grain of salt toward anything he says, no matter how much detail he adds, how much expression. He could be telling a big, fat, bold-faced, unnecessary, embarrassing, ridiculous lie. Oh, my mama.
Suge say, where you at, little? You sure could run fast, you little punk mother. So at this time, I realized something going on. Jimmy tells him, yeah, you caught me slipping, but you didn't catch me. He said, I sent you one message already. He like, yeah, you know, I sent.
So Eric Suge playing with one of the coldest gangsters known to our generation like that. But let him tell it now that Suge in the pen, he just as tough as Suge. He ain't never had no interaction with no one Jimmy Henchman of that nature. Or you see, even though Big U, he got mad at Big U and said, you stay over there, I stay over here. And his over here was on the internet talking to nigga in the prison indictment.
Sent you one message. He said, but I ain't giving you no more chances. Next time I catch you, you know what it's gonna be.
In the early 1990s, Suge Knight and his business partner Dr. Dre had taken over hip-hop with their newly formed record label, Death Row Records, launching their first project on the label in December '92, The Chronic, which would go on to sell millions and millions of records throughout the year of 1993. Suge Knight wasn't just a music mogul, but behind the music, he was notoriously known as the most dangerous man in the world of hip-hop. Suge's horror stories date back to the late 80s when he was just getting his foot in the door in the music business. Suge grew up in the east side of Compton in the Linwood section. Linwood was an all-blood section, territory of the...
That's crazily crafty how they just said the east side of Compton and the Linwood section. The east side and Compton are very close to each other geographically. Probably could walk across the street from the east side of Compton to Linwood, but they're two different cities. Oh, my mama.
East Side Mob Pyru. Suge didn't claim any sets growing up, but he's definitely close with a lot of the Bloods in his neighborhood. Suge didn't put his focus into gangbanging, but rather becoming a football prospect. After being transferred to the University of Nevada and playing football for 2 years, Suge would go unselected in the 1987 NFL Draft. He would be offered a contract to play for the San Francisco 49ers, but after an altercation that summer which led Suge to shoot his friend he was arguing with, they retracted their offer.
Oh, my mama, look how big shoulder pads used to be. And compared to how they is now, God damn. Hey, nigga hit you with them pads, you know you just got hit. Oh, my mama.
After being transferred to the University of Nevada and playing football for 2 years, Suge would go unselected in the 1987 NFL Draft. He would be offered a contract to play for the San Francisco 49ers, but after an altercation that summer which led Suge to shoot his friend he was arguing with, they retracted their offer. He would then be offered to the Los Angeles Rams training camp and would be cut during the camp. Suge would be brought on as a replacement player during the 1987 NFL player strike. He would only end up playing 2 games for the team before being cut and would then venture into the music business. During this time, a gangster and convicted criminal named James Rosemond, frequently known as Jimmy Henchman, was trying to get his foot in the door in the music business as well. James was born on February 5th, 1965 in Harlem, New York, but grew up in Flatbush, Brooklyn in the Vanderveer Gardens projects. Rosemond was raised by 2 immigrants who migrated from Haiti in the early 1960s. His parents would eventually divorce while he was at a young age, leaving his mother to raise 5 children by herself. Rosemond would then begin acting out at the age of 16, where you would find...
he looked... Wait. Yeah, he looked... Wait. No, that's McGriff. He looked like McGriff's son, Supreme's son. Not the first one, the one with his arms folded. I was finna say, they look just like his daddy, but no, he looked like Supreme McGriff Jr. to me a little bit.
Himself arrested for stealing a bike. Rosemond would be sent to Rikers Island in the Juvenile Detention Center. While at Rikers Island, Rosemond would meet a stick-up kid from Brooklyn by the name of Kelvin Martin, aka 50 Cent. Rosemond would meet more criminals and start getting deeper into the criminal underworld of New York City. Rosemond would adopt the nickname Jimmy Ace while incarcerated. After being released, Rosemond would really start getting into the streets, and by the age of 18, he had caught more and more cases, being charged with criminal possession of a firearm. He would be cut loose once again, but continued getting in trouble because just 3 months later, he was arrested and charged with robbery and second-degree murder. Jimmy managed to get himself out of this, but a year later was bagged again for criminal possession of a firearm. Somewhere along the lines, he would adopt the nickname Jimmy Henchman. After serving his time in Rikers Island, he wanted to leave the life of crime and go legit. Throughout the 80s, he had built up a reputation as one of the most feared street legends in Brooklyn, but it was time to go legit. In 1991, Jimmy would co-found a hip-hop mega conference called How Can I Be Down? Jimmy saw hip-hop as his way out of the streets, and his way to make clean money. Henchman was also behind rap group Salt and Peppa's hit 1993 single Shoop, which would end up peaking at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 1992, Dr. Dre, who was the co-founder of Death Row, and Miami rapper Uncle Luke would end up beefing. Luke and his artist JT Money would diss Dre in February 1992 on his album I Got Shit on My Mind on the track Fakin' Like Gangsters. The beef came to a spearhead when Dr. Dre and Snoop would publicly diss Luke on wax on their track Effin' With Dre Day, which would appear on Dre's debut album The Chronic in December of '92. A music video was eventually premiered for the track 6 months later on May 8th, 1993. That same day, the track would be released as a single, and on the vinyl appeared a track called Puffin' on Blunts and Drankin' Tangeray, which once again saw Dr. Dre dissing Uncle Luke. During this time, the East Coast versus West Coast beef was a thing, and Suge Knight wanted to take over both coasts. Jimmy Henchman was just getting himself started in the music business. In 1993 is when the beef between Jimmy Henchman and Suge Knight would officially begin. According to Lance Rivera, Uncle Luke would invite Suge Knight, Dre, Snoop, and some of the artists to Miami in an attempt to squash the ongoing beef with Dre and Snoop. Lance says that it was in Miami where Jimmy Henchman would also show up and he witnessed the beef with Suge Knight and Jimmy begin.
At this time, Luke and Suge and them was at war. Luke invites us all down to Miami. I was there when the Jimmy Henchman beef started with Suge Knight because this was the original beef that they encountered.
During this time, Jimmy was managing artists throughout New York, one of those being a rapper from Flatbush, Brooklyn named Little Sean. This brings us into November 30th, 1994, when Jimmy Henchman would allegedly set up Tupac at the Quad Studios in Manhattan where he was shot 5 times. Tupac thought he was going to the studio to earn $7,000 to do a song for one of Jimmy's clients, Little Sean, but ended up being robbed and shot. I bring this up because Tupac would eventually sign with Death Row after Suge Knight bailed him out in October of 1995. The two became real close, and Tupac wanted revenge on the people that shot him. This meant that Suge Knight, who was also beefing with Jimmy Henchman, as the two already had a beef stemming from the 1993 meeting in Miami. Around this time, Jimmy Henchman would form his own rap management company called Henchman.
Without knowing that, it just seemed like Suge was just taking on Pac beef and being a bully. Not knowing it was like, any of my enemy is a friend of mine, on my mama.
And entertainment. He was becoming close with more and more New York artists like Biggie and Junior Mafia, who appeared alongside his client, Little Sean, for the track Don Perignon earlier in the year on July 20th, 1995. In the music video, you can see Henchman Entertainment shirts being displayed. Jimmy was rubbing salt in the wounds of Tupac, knowing that Pac was furious at him for allegedly setting him up. It was believed that Jimmy wanted to teach Pac a lesson after he publicly disrespected New York street legend Haitian Jack live on television during his assault case trial. In the summer of 1996, Tupac was working on his album, which was originally called The Don Illuminati, The 3-Day Theory, under the stage name Machiavelli the Don. On July 8th, 1996, Tupac recorded a track called Against All Odds. On the track, Pac would infamously diss Jimmy Henchman, promising payback for the Quad Studio shooting. The track would be released posthumously on November 5th, 1996, on the Don Illuminati, The 7-Day Theory.
Just a kid in the crease. I was a 21 gun salute. Black jeans and boots just appeared in the crowd. All you seen was troops. This little nigga like Nas, think he live like me. Talking about he left the hospital, took fire like me. You live in fantasies, nigga. I reject your deposit. We shook Dre punk ass. Now we out of the closet. Mob deep, wonder why niggas blow them out. Next time grown folks talking, nigga, close your mouth, pee me. I take this war shit deeply. Don't see too many real niggas fall to let these bitch niggas beat me, Puffy. Let's be honest, you a punk and you would see me with gloves. Remember that shit you said about me, in the vibe about me being a thug? You can tell them people you roll with whatever you want, but you and I know what's going on. Payback. I knew you niggas from way back. Witness me strapped with Max. Knew I wouldn't play that. All you old rappers trying to advance us all over now. Take it like a man. Looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. Trying to play hate on my shit. Can eat a fat. Let it know that's how you made me. And then got me doing crazy. Against all odds. Damn, I thought that was the verse where he say, promise to pay back to me, Henchman, in due times. I know these bitch niggas is listening. The world is mine, shut me up, wet me up, niggas shut me up, hurt the guns to us. But them chicks never shut me up. Touch one of mine. On everything I love, I will destroy everything you touch. Play the game, nigga, all out warfare, eye to eye, last word. No, let me go home, my bad, I got caught up.
And did I mention, promise to pay back to me, Henchman, in due time. I know you.
After this, Suge and Jimmy's relationship would remain sour, and things would get very deadly very fast. In 2004, Jimmy Henchman was managing his newest client, Compton rapper The Game. The Game was a protege of Dr. Dre, which was Suge Knight's bitter enemy ever since Dre left Death Row back in February 1996. Suge tried sabotaging everything Dre did, and seeing Dre's new artist become one of the biggest rappers was not sitting well with Suge Knight. On August 29th, 2004, at the 04 MTV VMAs in Miami, Suge and Game would end up running into each other and having a face-off. It was heavily rumored that Suge Knight allegedly slapped Game in the face. Rumors began circulating online that Suge slapped Game. According to Game, his side of the story is that he was never slapped by Suge Knight and they just had a brief face-off. He would later claim in 2019 in an interview that he pulled his gun on Suge, but this has not been confirmed. Yuck Mouth would add fuel to these rumors when he would mention it on his diss track towards Game. The Game would address the rumors on his 2000.
Game a cold nigga. You know how he did Yuck back then? He told Yuck like they was beefing or something. He said, all right, let's squash the beef. Send me a verse. We're going to do a record. Yuck while sent the verse in. Game did the record, but dissed him on the record. That nigga Game was a devious, crafty nigga in this hip-hop shit. He didn't give a about blah, blah, blah.
For mixtape, Welcome to Compton Part 3 on the track New York.
Streets is talking, Game got slapped by Suge False. I was face to face with him.
I bring this up because Jimmy Henchman, being Game's manager at the time, did not like how Suge was trying to intimidate his artist. Jimmy also didn't like how Suge was bullying Dre, after it was reported that Suge Knight may have had a role in the altercation that took place at the 2004 Vibe Awards in November, where Dr. Dre was assaulted. Jimmy did not like how Suge ruined the Vibe Awards, so that would make strike 2 for Suge in Jimmy's book.
Telling y'all, I ran up on that boy Jimmy, not running up on him, but ran up on Game Video Set, trying to let my presence be known with some energy. He had on a shirt just like that, pants tucked in. I had no idea who he was, did not know who I was playing with. God keeps his eyes on babies and fools. And now I'm hearing him describe Jimmy Henchman's mind frame back in them times. Sheesh.
The next year, in 2005, another incident would occur, this time in LA. Sometime in mid-2005, street legend and Rollin' 60s Crip, Big U, was doing business with Jimmy Henchman, getting Game a contract to have his own shoe. Big U was also cool with Suge Knight because he was close with Corrupt, who was signed to Death Row at the time and the president of Death Row. According to Big U, in an interview with The Breakfast Club, he met Jimmy Henchman at a restaurant to discuss Game's shoe contract, and a run-in with Suge Knight occurred. I got out of prison 6 months before Suge. Me and Suge hooked up. The first money I ever made in hip-hop, I made it doing Game's shoe contract with Jimmy Henchman. So I meet Jimmy through Henry Black. Now, I'm naive to hip-hop, so Jimmy's coming to meet me because he heard of me coming home. Jimmy comes and meets me at the restaurant, and I didn't know about this beef between him and Suge.
This type of shit whack jealous of. Niggas like Jimmy Henchman hearing about niggas like Big U coming home, and naturally they're being drawn to link, network, and he just never fit in unless a nigga like Big U or Suge allowed him in, bro. He don't have a backstory with these high-powered niggas. He did 10, 12 years, and this high-powered nigga is willing to come down and break bread with him. He hate that his story is not similar. That's why he always try to connect this lifetime he living to the times he was in jail. But we know how far back that was. It's not a dead story. Have your story. You was a mischievous kid, got slapped on the wrist, got out and got your life right, period. What's wrong with that? Be you. Tell the truth. Oh, my mama.
I really don't get it. So Jimmy comes in the restaurant, and I'll never forget this. He got on all white, a black in all white, and he got a bad chick with him. This dude looked like Miami Vice. Right when he's walking into the restaurant, Suge's pulling up in the back with about 15 cars. Suge was coming to pick me up. I was going to meet Jimmy, then jump in with Suge and roll off. Now there's like 20 dudes coming, and they're walking in. I was like to Jimmy, why don't you go leave out the back, and I'll talk to Suge. And
I bet you gonna say like Jimmy, like I ain't going nowhere. He just impressed me as that type of dude. Oh, my mama.
The dude Jimmy was like, I can't do that. That's where I gained a measure of respect for him, because he was like, I can't run. And it was just him and the female. I don't know if he was strapped or not. I made an appeal to Suge. I'm not telling Suge what to do. I'm like, listen, I'm trying to do business with this dude. Evidently, his appeal...
Oh, this is where Hold No Honey get the fabricated fake stories about Birdman calling him. I see he do the same thing Loose Cannon do. They hear other people's stories, take bits and pieces, and then fabricate a story for themselves. It's crazy.
Did manage to quell the tension, though not entirely. Suge blew a puff of smoke and told Jimmy, quote, my brother is the only reason you gon' make it out of here. And I'm like, damn, I gotta learn these politics. On August 28, 2005, the MTV VMAs would take place at the American Airlines Arena in Miami. Suge Knight and Jimmy Henchman would both attend the show. Kanye West would host an after-party at the Shore Club. After the show, Suge was at the after-party along with Jimmy. After midnight, Suge Knight would reportedly be shot. Witnesses say Suge was sitting at a table in the VIP Red Room section of the Shore Club when a man walked up and opened fire. A police report described the shooter only as a black male wearing a pink shirt. Suge would be admitted to Mount Sinai Medical Center in Miami Beach, where he would be in good condition. Hospital officials said he was scheduled for surgery to remove a bullet from his leg and repair a broken bone. A group of friends waiting at the hospital said Knight was alert and talkative after the shooting. It has been speculated that Jimmy Henchman was allegedly behind the shooting. Veteran industry photographer Johnny Nunez, would describe what happened that night on a podcast in 2017. He claims that Jimmy Henchman pulled him to the side and wanted to take a photo, and that's when the shooting occurred. So Jimmy could have potentially wanted Suge being shot to be photographed.
About a few weeks prior, or maybe the year before, Kanye West's The Short Club, I'll never forget, it was very vivid. Jimmy Henchman tells me, Johnny, come get this shot. And I remember that the game was there, and I knew that Suge Knight had beef with the game. Mm-hmm. It was, excuse me. The game wasn't there. Jimmy was there, who managed the game at the time. Right. And he says, come with me, I want you to take this photograph. But I just saw Suge Knight by the bar. I said, Jimmy, I don't think it's a wise idea to go over there. He said, nah, it's a wise idea. Get your camera. When I give you the head nod, I want you to get this photo. I'm like, well, okay. So next thing I know, I follow him, and there's Suge Knight leaned up against the bar, and he was, with his talented blow, he'd make a perfect circle of a cigar smoke. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? So next thing you know, I saw Suge inhale, and when he exhaled, he blew out a perfect circular ring of smoke right into Jimmy's face. And then Jimmy went one head nod to the left, and then he looked at me and went one head nod to me. And I'm like, what am I shooting? Some guy with a musket just comes from behind Suge. Boom! Shoots him right there. I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, holy shit. Everyone, like a movie, for one split second, it was like as if everyone was frozen. Then, pure anarchy. Everyone's just talking.
That's how loud that thing pierced that crowd. Yeah, to put everything just like a movie scene for a second. But you gotta know how to get low. Can't pause too long. No.
Stepping on top of each other, people are falling, glasses are breaking, people are screaming.
Fast forward sometime after the shooting, Jimmy Henchman was still managing Game, and now another aspiring music mogul, Wack 100, would be introduced to Game around this time. According to Wack 100, another incident occurred between Suge and Jimmy in LA. Wack says that Suge approached Jimmy Henchman at the Century City Plaza.
Don't you find it crazy, man? The only person telling these stories involving all these people is Hold On 100. All these stories he's saying with all these niggas' names. None of these niggas is telling these stories. He just a name dropper.
In LA, to which Jimmy allegedly ran away from Suge Knight. Now this is all according to Wack. According to Wack, after that incident, Jimmy would be pissed. So he called Wack 100 demanding that Wack put Suge Knight on the phone. Wack then got them on a three-way, to which Suge called Jimmy a dude and said that he's a fast runner for allegedly running away from him. Then Jimmy Henchman would allegedly tell Suge Knight that he already sent Suge a warning and that next time the gun barrel will be raised. So instead of shooting him in the leg, he's going to be shot in the head. This refers to the Miami shooting in 2005 at the VMA after party, saying that was just a warning.
Why little mama making that face? Did she just get caught in a funny position, or she looking at him like, you ain't shit?
Jimmy calls my phone. Yo, get Suge on the phone. Everything straight? Yeah. Wack, get Suge on the phone. Call Suge. Hey, he's like, what up? I say, Jimmy Henchman on the phone. He want to holler at you. Suge say, where you at, little? You sure could run fast, you little punk mother. So at this time, I realized something going on. Jimmy tells him, yeah, you
always in the middle of shit that ain't got nothing, absolutely nothing to do with him. He always got a story about some other nigga's business, and he right smack dead in the business. Middle, usually keyways, but he doesn't discriminate. He'll be in the middle of two men, no matter what they got going on. He wants to be in the middle.
You caught me slipping, but you didn't catch me. Said I sent you one message already.
Big U, Suge Knight, Jimmy Henchman, all doing long stretches. He was involved with all of them. He the only one out. He always want to be around criminals that's breaking the law, even though they not his type. That's federal, bro. Oh, my mama.
He like, yeah, I sent you one message. He said, but I ain't giving you no more chances. Next time I catch you, you know what it's gonna be, right? So I guess Jimmy Suge had called him at the Century City Plaza, and Jimmy ran from him. Must have been by himself.
You know. Show MO.
I don't know if Suge was by himself, had a couple guys with him. But you know, Jimmy little dude, you know, and Jimmy fights his wars the way he fights his wars. By any means, he wasn't scared on the phone. He was a little frustrated and pissed off that dude that came at him that way, to a point to where he alerted him on some shit that we was all totally in the blind about. We didn't know he had anything to do with it.
Well, he'll tell everybody's secrets, though. This was none of his
told
business.
him and let him know.
He's like, as if the phone could talk. The phone that Jimmy used to get in touch with Suge, that's all you were. You were there for utility purpose. So you like, if the phone could talk, you just told their private conversation.
They on his own. And then got off the phone.
Fast forward. Florida. Y'all remember? Kanye West party. Henchman? Uh-oh.
I'm going to do a thing, right? I'm going to do a thing where you see how this, I'm going to do this same picture, and I'm going to keep holding on 100 right where he at. But the driver going to go from Suge to Big U to Agent 22. Oh, wow, watch. That's the legacy. The supreme sidekick, side chick. Yeah, ain't never been the boss, man. You always been next to a boss. And now look how it done went. Your boss now get naked on camera daily. Thousands and millions of men see his ass crack and scrotum on a regular. That's who you... But nonetheless, let you keep talking. Let me get your soundtrack right.
Bust on him. On Pyro, Jimmy told that on this phone number, on the three-way, hey, keep playing. I sent you a message already and got you shot in the ass. You keep playing, I'ma have 5,000, raise that barrel up a few more feet.
Fast forward to July 23rd, 2008. The Game was filming the music video for his track, My Life, featuring Lil Wayne, for his upcoming album, LAX. The video was filmed in areas in and around Compton. Wack 100 and Jimmy Henchman were, of course, present at the video shoot. According to...
These are the only type of trips Holding on 100 has ever made to Compton. Henchman probably been in Compton as many times as Holding on 100. Oh, my mama.
Wack, Suge Knight pulled up to the video shoot. While at the video shoot, Wack says that Suge was trying to start trouble by telling people that Jimmy was the guy that got Tupac killed. Now this is all according to Wack 100.
My Life video, Game and Lil Wayne. Jimmy's still in the management seat. Who you think's at the video? Jimmy. Guess who else shows up to the video? Suge.
Goddamn Suge.
You know what Suge does?
It's Suge.
You gonna tell
you know the homies. Some young don't know no better. That's the that killed Pac. They come over here to us. Yeah, Suge talking about that's the killed Pac. He won't. No, that's the had him shot, and Blood told him he had him shot on my phone. And why Blood telling y'all some bull, right?
He did not say all that day if that's happening. This nigga's a fraud. He has never swole up around around Suge or Big U. Cause don't buy it. Don't believe it. It's bullshit. He's a get-along, goofy, giggling guy on my mama.
Blood gonna handle his business. He right here. We have a cemetery.
Ain't no way in the world this nigga gonna dictate Suge. You see how he talk down there? My team. When I move my team, I ain't gonna. Now it's tell Blood to go handle his business. But when Game was allegedly trapped and Suge like, fuck him, I ain't going. No, man, this nigga just come from any angle, or he like it from every which way. He like to lay on his side, he like to lay on his belly, he like to lay on his butt when he butt naked. He talk too much. Now the world know that. That's TMI. Ugh. Sheesh.
Shooting that swim today. So ain't no you see him and go handle him. You gonna tell some young that's your pop. Y'all
This nigga's
need
a
to go.
hoe.
No.
He's
Jimmy
a hoe.
Henchman is 5'8", 150. Now you know what they told you. I know what he told you because he told you on my phone. Go handle your business.
He ain't never did shit.
Don't.
On my mama. On God, he ain't never talked to Suge like this. Never. But man, this nigga isn't.
Try to get the little homies on some crash dumb.
After that, nothing else happened between Jimmy and Suge because Jimmy would shift his focus towards 50 Cent and Tony Yayo. Eventually, Jimmy Henchman was arrested in June of 2011 and charged with heading a trafficking ring. He essentially
overheard a conversation. Now he online telling it with all this dramatics and all he did was overhear a conversation.
have added charges in 2017 for the alleged murder of G-Unit associate Lodi Mac and his...
Rest in peace, my nigga Lodi Mac. Oh, my mama. First nigga I ever heard say King Burger instead of Burger King because he didn't want to put the B in front of the K. New York nigga too, it's crazy.
Currently serving 1 life sentence plus 30 years. Suge Knight would also find himself behind bars in January 2015 for murder when he allegedly ran over 2 people on the set of the movie Straight Outta Compton. He is currently serving a 28-year prison sentence. That's how the story of Suge Knight versus Jimmy Henchman ended. 2 of the most dangerous men the world of hip-hop has ever seen.
Man, that's crazy. I enjoyed that, man. I learned a lot. Hope y'all did too. But I remember back in them days, everything was blue.
It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood. A beautiful day in my neighborhood. Remix!
I'm on the blue mic, standing in the blue booth. Got that blue light blinking on the Bluetooth. Blue water, great big blue sky, blue royal, all kind of blue fly. Blue boxers sagging in my blue jeans. Blue chucks on, fat lace, blue strings. Got a jacket that's made out of blue fox. Blue locks on the back of my blue rocks. Snoopy blue in the cut with the blue steel. We drank blue beats and pop blue pills. Shoot it out over dope like in Blue Hill. Blue Benz on 4 big blue wheels. Good rats, blue braids, blue nails. We good cat and ass like a blue whale. Spray paint got the hood full of blue walls. Bleed blue blood and got blue balls.
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful world. I'm in a beautiful car and got a beautiful girl. It's a beautiful night. My chain blinks blue in the light. I'm beautiful when I grind. I'm beautiful when I shine.
Blueberry blunt wrap, getting blue back. Baymac plaque in the back of the blue lack. Navy blue long sleeves on my blue tees. Powder blue knockoffs on my blue D's. Got a beautiful glow from that blue ice. Crack the crap game, nice with them blue dice. Like the blunt with the torch and the flame blue. I'm in the fast lane getting my brains blue. The blue kicks look good with the blue fit. I keep a blue choke chain on my blue pit. Stuff a dove worth a buzz in a blue bag. Jumping out the blue jag with a blue rag. Blue belts, blue hats, blue coats. Don't sing, but I do hum blue notes. Hides a kite all night off a blue dolphin. When I go, lay me in a blue coffin.
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful world. I'm in a beautiful car and got a beautiful girl. It's a beautiful night. My chain blinks blue in the light. I'm beautiful when I grind. I'm beautiful when I shine.
I'm in a blue Benz, blue grill, blue tint, striking blue ink when I jot down the blueprint. The blue gloves coordinate with the blue hood. That blue leather look good with that blue wood. Blue Phantom and the private jet blue. Fly first class, never use jet blue. The blue Harley worth more than that blue book. I'm colorblind, but I love how that blue look. It's the truth, I'm a true blue boss. You cross me and you're bound to need Blue Cross. I ride with a red rag every blue moon. Me and Smurf getting money in the blue room. Blue baseball cap, ride for the blue team. You can run but can't hide from that blue beam. Blue Krypnotic filling up my blue cup. Them boys in blue is hating cause I blew up.
Beautiful day, beautiful skies, red suns, purple nights. I'm beautiful in every car that I drive. It's a beautiful world. Beautiful girl with all red curls. She looks too good in purple of pearl. But she's always wearing blue when she banging on the curb. It's a beautiful world.
It's P Smurf, tell them throw the red carpet out. My chucks flaming like bullets when they sparking out. Red fox, stupid like Red Fox. Red monkeys, rose gold with the red rocks. My red bone hair red like Jordan Baltimore. He stopped at the red light, that's how we caught the boy. That red beam got your hoods full of rednecks. Power Smurf, only Smurf in a red hat. My clothes red, my pet bull nose red. Hoes, toes red, cross me a B-Mo red. I drink red Remy Fizz off a red Nike. Red Levi sagging on my red Nikes. Red rubber bands, hopping out of red Benz. Eat red snapper, smoke more than red man. Cherry swisher full of kush, got my eyes red. Red Gucci shades, look like the sky red.
Beautiful day, beautiful skies, red suns, purple nights. I'm beautiful in every car that I drive. Beautiful girl with all red curls. She looks too good, you know she rollin' with. But she's always wearing blue when she banging on the curb. It's a beautiful world.
Playing Prince Purple Rain in the rain when doves cry. Purple range, out the plane when the flood high. Purple Jordans with the purple leather tips. Purple LIG, purple letters in the stitch. Purple what you scrape in the Grey Goose. Got the purple lake, the jersey, purple stones in the Jesus. Couple purple codeine, couple purple pills. Feeling like D12, running up a purple hill. Smoke weed still, hate to taste the swishes. Got the purple kush sack all wrapped in the grape delicious. Color purple is my favorite picture. Red and blue equal purple, that's the perfect mixture. Purple rag around the mag, sorta perfect with the tools. So everything I hit turn purple when it brews. I heard it through the grapevine, piper hold the purple heart. Beautiful, fruityful, purple with a circle star.
Beautiful day, beautiful skies, red suns, purple nights. I'm beautiful in every car that I drive. Beautiful girl with all red curls. She looks too good, you know she rollin' with. But she's always wearing blue when she banging on the curb. It's a beautiful world. Oh yeah, beautiful.
Nigga in that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
It's Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nightblood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, huh? Nightblood on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, craig.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa! With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!